and the weight loss centres, they wouldn't walk around with 5 different tubs. So I was so blessed that I could come into the office and actually have a combination that they would just chew. That ended up in all the rave parties, all the blue light, what are they, those blue light, all those parties, they would pass those around. So people would chew, clients would chew up to 16 a day, so there's no side effects, girls. They do not interfere with antidepressants, with any medication. Whenever you have to be put on a medication, any of these cholesterol tablets, blood pressure medicine, the first thing they deplete from the system, and HRT are your 5-phosphates. Now when we're feeling like we've been punched on every level, we've just had a phone call saying your line's not being put through, you owe so much, you've actually been through an operation, a procedure. I've even got some of my cancer clients to regenerate their cells. I put them on the Regenerator and Rebuilder, which is your general tonic. Combination U, girls, put a little asterisk next to Combination U. That's the one that you have to take, or I encourage you to take, when you swallow those horse tablets, the calcium tablet. Now they're fine as long as you've got a carrier that will break them down. So many women have actually let me know that all their lives they used to swallow a calcium supplement. Now let's be honest, unless that calcium isn't blended in with some silica, blended in with some magnesium, we're not going to get it carried through. So I'm not here to actually put down any other calcium supplements, but if we can remember just to add on the Combination U, help us better have more active bones, help us better absorb our nutrients. Combination T is known as your first aid, salt, and Combination J is your congestion. I was very privileged again to actually create the kids' minerals range for Martin and Pleasance, and these are actually in a natural strawberry flavour, and I've put some combinations into your show bags that you can sample. And something that I need to share is that the tissue salts actually come in creams as well. So when you're actually taking magnesium internally, what a wonderful way to get it into the system by applying it externally as well. So if someone's going to give you a massage, make sure you hand them the Magphos cream. The Calc Fleur cream is great for varicose veins. Great, some women even put on their skin externally. A totally 100% natural product. And we've got the Silica Magphos, the Fair Phos in the cream as well for any inflammation. And that's just what I've put up there as stopping the ageing clock. Remember, ageing starts from within rather than without. So next time you're going to buy the wonderful range of clothing, think about what we're going to do internally. I said to someone that's what I used to look like at 21. Did I? Okay. Just regarding staying young is about mind and body detox. Really look at each of your cells. And today's the first day that you need to actually start honouring those cells that have supported you. They've put up with you when you've put them down. They've actually looked in the mirror with you and you've said, I hate my legs. Well, your cells are responding. They've looked in the mirror and when you said, I can't stand my eyes today. And until today, I quite liked my eyebrows. So let's begin to honour the mind and the body that brought you here today. It wouldn't have been easy for many of you. And something why I chose to honour and work with women is because I think each of you are absolutely amazing. I keep letting my friend know, I've been very privileged to be walking around with a lot of mothers. I don't know, girls, how you do it. Because I only have breakfast with myself. And you know, to get the family out that front door, to actually even put up with some of those little side remarks, don't spend too much this week, we don't have enough. It really all adds up. So today's about acknowledging each of you on how far you have come. Even making it tonight is a real privilege for me to meet each of you. I actually wrote here that the human body is a living system, that it cleans itself out. Someone said to me, can I do a detox in 7 days? Can you decide to get married in 7 days and stay married? Let's look at detox and cleansing as part of our day-to-day life. Let's honour ourselves with the body by actually thinking about what we're taking, what we're ingesting. So on a day-to-day basis, so when someone says that you can detox in 7 days, I say that you can begin, but do not punish that body that carried you here tonight. How much more can we punish that body for not behaving, for not losing that weight, for the hair not looking right? I've just got into there that we need to take a look at the philosophy of our life before we take on any detox. Let's start to do the dance that lives within that mind and body. Let's look at our stomach in the mirror and say, that's part of us. How am I going to bring it into my life? Sometimes what I think we do, we actually look at our boobs and we say, aren't they big? They look shocking. And we've never ever, or sometimes we say they're too small, but we've never ever commented on the fact that they're healthy. So we wake up and we try to squeeze them in that bra and we think we'll be right. And then one sort of pops out a bit and we think, where did that come from? And then we go through the hot flush and we're always sort of trying to hide ourselves. So let's start acknowledging that those breasts that you carry were a gift. And they belong to us. And we're allowed to put any sort of bra on that we feel like. Might put a bit of tissue salts in there every now and then. But let's start honouring every organ that we were born with. Because look where it's brought you. You're here tonight. Okay, I just go on a bit. I want to really make the journey to the rest of your lives a joy by saying, let's embrace this change rather than saying, today I'm not going to eat because I want to lose that weight. I'd like to really acknowledge that each of you begin a life of moderation, that if you feel like something, eat less of it. Because if I said don't think of your left foot, what are you thinking of? Something that I put up here, and I'm very, very fortunate to have my the PR manager here tonight. Something very special happened in the last few days. Be Free was accepted and is part of the L'Oreal Fashion Week. So I'm really, really thrilled. And Kukai have a range that's called Where the Wild. What was that, Melissa? Where the Wild Things Are. Where the Wild Things Are. And their mission with the clothing is about freedom.
Freedom for the eternal traveller.
And so Be Free is part of the Kukai range. So I'm very, very excited. And that's why it's here. And this is very much a legacy that came as a result of me spending all those days in drug and alcohol. It's a very special formula because it's made its journey into weight loss. And as part of Ultralight, today I was speaking at Westpac. They've got a Ruby connection. I think I've put a little brochure in each of your show bags. That my dream is to support women to actually begin feeling more comfortable in their mind and body. And I've actually called it the Habit Relief Formula, and it's got the 5 tissue salts. It's got a liver cleanser. It's a homeopathic complex. And it actually is for when we feel like we're overindulging in any aspect in our lives. Yes, it is. Yes, I've just finished formulating Be Free Cravings Relief, and that's for acute cravings. I've made the homeopathic complex range, and cravings is like the rescue remedy for cravings. Cravings Relief is like the rescue remedy for cravings. You carry it wherever you go, you use it, and the Be Free is a 3-in-1. We've got mind, body, medicine there, and what that actually does, that tonifies detoxes your body, recharges your liver, and takes away the urges naturally. So they work in tandem, and I was very fortunate that I was able to include the Be-Free Cravings Relief as part of the rest of the range. Cravings for food, cravings for cigarettes, cravings for gambling. It's just something that I wanted us all to carry in our handbags, Vonda. Beautiful question. I have to have alcohol in all my homeopathics because there's a 4 to 5 year shelf life. So they have to be in there. My clients who, and I've got glycerin which dissipates a lot of the alcohol, but what I've found is that it has to have the ethanol in it. We dilute it in 25 mils of water and we get rid of all the ethanol.
Okay, so alcoholics can take it?
Alcoholics can take it, absolutely. What we find is that people who are doing the 12-step, what we do is we put it in a larger bottle, water bottle, and we just add 20 drops in there, 500 ml, and we could go into that.
1 bottle a day?
1 bottle a day, yeah, so that goes in there. So I'm very fortunate Ultralight have just accepted Cravings Relief as part of there with the Be-Free in their program. Now this is a range, this is part of a range that I've been very fortunate to be invited to revamp. About 8 years ago I put the original range together. All the homeopathic complex range have at least 2 of the tissue salts in each of them. That's what makes this range unique, and I'm very proud of this range. And to me, I saw this range for every woman who's starting a detox. Why? Because guess what? Don't we all feel headaches? Don't our allergies come up? Don't we get restless legs and IBS? People say to me, Susan, I've got irritable bowel ever since I went on that detox. So to me, this is like your first aid package that supports any time you want some changes in your life. An acute treatment to carry with you wherever you go. If you're having to take Panadol, also consider headache relief for those that use it acutely, because we're not going to change the way you take your Panadol. I've even noticed pregnant women still swallowing Panadol. Let's use these as our, let's begin to use homeopathics to coat our cells in our body. And I wanted to actually move on to say that we are a living matrix. Every cell in your body is speaking to you every moment of the day. That your mind adjusts your biology. I am sure some of you today would have thought, we won't go, we're feeling exhausted. But guess what? I'm very grateful you've sat on those bottoms of yours. But guess what? Your mind's organising all that. And what I'd like to go into, change your mind and you change your biology. Why do some people recover from cancer and others don't? I wanted to very briefly, because we're getting over the time, is speak to you about another reason why I seem to keep coming back and wanting to stay at Martin and Pleasance. About 10 years ago I went and stayed and sat in Dr. Bark's house because I was actually told that we shouldn't be using English flower essences because we actually live in Australia. And Dr. Bark was the pioneer behind that mind-body medicine. He pioneered this many, many, many years ago, and he was very much put aside in his medical field because he was so ahead of his time. And I very much wanted to say thank you to Dr. Bark, even though he had passed, because it was my way of going there, and I did the courses in England, because I believe that all of us, wherever we are as women, whenever we're hurt, we feel pain. Whenever someone yells at us, whenever we're going through a divorce, whenever we're going through marriage, whenever we're upset, we all feel the same, no matter where we are around the world. I've met amazing women around. And I remember I was given a bottle of Mimulus when I couldn't sleep with the white chestnut, and someone said, try these. I'll never ever forget, I thought, how can these little bottles make a change in my life as a woman? Well, guess what? I've never looked back.